In a world where streaming and film studios reign supreme.
It's bullshit. There are people that are making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Comes an army of actors pushed too far.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Now, they're fighting for streaming justice.
We're just asking to share in the profit when the show is successful.
My tits live on in perpetuity. I deserve to get paid for as many streams as that gets.
Fighting their robot replacement.
I think AI is a huge issue.
Do you want to hang out?
Fighting against the most powerful of enemies.
Well, I think it's very disturbing to me. This is the worst time in the world to add to that disruption.
Bob Iger makes 400 times what his lowest worker is.
$27 million a year for creating nothing.
I think that's a shame, Bob.
Positively tone deaf.
This is Hollywood.
The mother who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments.
They're trying to break us. They've said it quite literally. We'll let you guys lose your homes. We'll break you.
Listen to me, mother. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Be really careful, because that's the kind of shit that stirs shit up.
It is righteous and it is just.
This is the fight of labor in the future.
At some point, you have to say no. We're not going to take this anymore. You people are crazy.
Who will emerge victorious in the battle of good versus evil? The ending is yet to be written. Because everyone's on in strike.
It's true. Aussie actor Zac Garred has been acting for 20 years, 10 of those in Hollywood, in shows like General Hospital and NCIS. Zac, we heard that these executives are just going to starve you all out. What do you make of those tactics?
G'day, Sarah. That phrase did more to galvanise and bond the writers and the actors than a weekend workshop up in the Sonoma Valley. It was one of the most extraordinary things to hear from an unnamed executive, I should say. And the AMPTP did come out and say this individual did not speak on their behalf. However, merely a few days earlier, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, who's on $25 million a year, had the temerity to say to people, particularly people in the Screen Actors Guild, where 80% of the members don't make $26,000 a year to even qualify for health insurance, that we were being unrealistic with our expectations and we should taper our expectations. This is a person who has, shall we say, a fantastical relationship with reality itself. And then when those words came out of that unnamed executive's mouth in that Deadline Hollywood article about waiting for writers to go homeless, it just put a fire through everybody that's seen a greater resolve than I've ever seen in this town.
Zac, when most people think of Hollywood, I think A-listers, it seems like the battle of the billionaires or maybe millionaires here, but Hollywood's really built on the backs of actors like you. So how long can jobbing actors hold out without a paycheck?
I think you just summed it up perfectly well, Sarah. Our whole career is about tenacity, resolve, and patience. So waiting for us, sometimes in more ways than one, is something that we're not unfamiliar with. So we're well and truly in this for the long haul. But what really makes us confident is we are the commodity. We are the resource. So while the studios may have the immense financial power, the work that gave them that power came from the writers and the actors. So as soon as we stop handing that over, they really have no choice but to join us at the table eventually. I know they wanted to see writers go homeless, but the reality is they'll be meeting us at the table very soon.
What about the AI threat? Because there have been reports that there's plans to scan background actors' faces for $187, which studios would then own forever. How dangerous is that?
It's exceedingly dangerous. We're genuinely at an existential juncture with the profession right now. This is already happening. I don't know if people are familiar, but some of the cast members from Snowpiercer, a very big TV show over here, were provided with contracts saying that they were going to be scanned and kept essentially in a database to be utilised at any point in the future for technology. And this is the tricky phrase, technology existing or yet to be invented. That's the scary phrase that pops up in these contracts. So they say, yes, we can do this now, but we may have something in the future that allows us to do it with more expediency or more efficiently. Now, it's also important to remember, too, that with AI, if AI is to be utilised as a standard tool within this industry, the Screen Actors Guild are actually opposing the use of AI. What they're saying is that actors should have full constitution over how it is utilised. Because if we do not have that, and if we don't talk about it now, we don't know how far this can be pushed. And without getting too existential on it, we're genuinely trying to take humanity literally and metaphorically out of creativity.
And with the strike not looking like it's ending anytime soon, what does this ultimately mean for audiences? When are they going to see the effects of this on their screens?
Well, we just heard another one today. Eric Bana has said he's not going to be promoting the new movie The Dry, The Dry 2, I should say, because he doesn't want to compromise the SAG strike over here because he's a member of SAG. So you're going to see more and more feature films and TV shows delayed in their release or productions stopped for a foreseeable period of time. So for audiences, I'm glad that they're seeing this real conversation. And despite the vices of social media, and there are a lot of vices on social media, it's been a wonderful avenue for actors to express their stories. So audiences are understanding what we go through as creatives. They understand that, not everybody is an Aaron Sorkin or a Denzel Washington. But a lot of people do get to that stage by starting out working in the TV shows and films that used to pay residuals that allowed you to get to where you needed to be.
Well, Zac, thanks for telling your story. Hang in there. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Sarah. I appreciate the support.